Welcome everyone to the GlitchxCity podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host of Media Gaming. Record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also become a member of this podcast. And starting in January, things are going to be changing on the podcast, on the membership side of things. So stay tuned. If you're a member throughout the rest of the year, I appreciate you. We're going to try to get you a few extra pieces of content before the year is over. But in terms of like overhauling the membership stuff, I think things are going to start changing in January. So stay tuned for that. But for now, appreciate you guys, whatever tier that you are on supporting us. We appreciate you. And we're going to get right with the beer of the week right off the top of the show. But before I do, I want to let you know, in fact, today's episode is about the Switch to Screen experience that I had with it that I want to talk to Drip about and the chat and you guys at home. And I want to talk about Pokemon because that's coming out today or tomorrow, depending on what time you're listening to this podcast and what time you live in the world. But yes, Drip, how you doing this week, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm here. I'm a little sick, to be honest. I woke up this morning. Yeah, it's been coming for a couple of days, but like it was bad this morning. I got back in bed. I didn't do all the things I was supposed to do today. That's why I was working till like the moment we got on the podcast because I had a lot of stuff I still had to do. But I'm okay. I'm here. I'm fine.
Hey, man.
I got a big giant beer for beer of the week.
Hell yeah. I think I've been fighting something off myself, to be honest with you. The past week plus or so, I think I've just been like fighting something. Even right this moment, I feel like I'm like warm and like my body is trying to fight something off. So it's just that time of year, you know, it's what happens. But yeah, beer of the week, man. I don't have any music this week. I apologize. I didn't get to that, but
Joey's got a beer check, drinking a hard Fresca seltzer.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll get to mine first because it's boring. It is the Coors Light variety. We have a bunch of these we need to get rid of because we had these from the party we threw for Abby for her birthday. And they're just sitting in the fridge. Too many cans in the fridge. Got to get rid of them so we can put room for more beer that I like better than Coors Light. But what do you got?
Coors Light's good, man. That's what I drank before I switched to Busch Light.
I agree. I actually agree. This is actually one of my more favorites, not bad, like one of my favorite bad beers.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good beer, yeah.
Way better than Busch. Way better than Busch.
Yeah,
Busch sucks.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, so I went down to the store. I told you guys last week I would actually try this week. I went down, I looked around, I couldn't find anything good, and then I saw, you know, they have that little door of like the tall cans, like the big cans. I was looking at those, and I saw one that was just basically white. It's like, this label is very terrible. What is this? It drew my eye because it was the only one that wasn't like flashy, and it was just a white label.
Was it wearing a pointy hat?
It was not wearing a pointy hat, so I
okay, that's good.
Okay,
that's good.
to approach.
Okay.
I went to it, I looked at it, and I found this. This is called.
Oh wait, you glitched out when you said that. What is it called?
It's called the Big Papa. Is what this can is called.
You're still reversed, by the way. That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's called Happy Dad Hard Seltzer.
Happy Dad Hard Seltzer.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fruit punch flavored, 5% alcohol, gluten free. So I don't know. I have no idea.
That would mean it's not like a regular beer because gluten there'd be gluten in regular beer.
Right. Well, these things are like, I think they're considered like a malt beverage.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It smells like Hawaiian Punch.
So it's fruit punch flavor. That's interesting. He's taking a sip now.
Okay. I don't hate that. Okay. Obviously, it's a seltzer, so it's got that like muted flavor. It's not like a hardcore flavor.
Yeah.
But imagine if you had Hawaiian Punch that was carbonated, but the ice melted in it.
I was gonna say, is it like super sugary like Hawaiian Punches?
No, it's like the ice melted in it. It's like a carbonated Hawaiian Punch that the ice got melted in, and then you made cold again. It's not bad. I mean, for a seltzer, you getting flavor like that, you can't really, beggars can't be choosers when it comes to flavor from a seltzer. But not bad. Honestly,
well, good. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, if it's got a little kick to it, what's the percentage on that?
It's just 5. Like everything
okay,
else
I prefer a little bit more on something like that. But it is a big can, so you'll be chugging that down.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's good.
Hey,
I love it.
That's good to hear, man. We got a winner.
I am indeed a happy dad. Because
there you go. Matt Moran is drinking a beer called Zombies Are People too, which is amazing. That sounds awesome. I've never had it, but the name of it sounds awesome. And I said his name for a reason because Matt Moran, if you guys didn't know, funny enough, Dripper and I are not wearing the t-shirts right now, but Matt made those t-shirts for us, the ones that we released 2 years ago as like limited edition t-shirts. He released them 2 years ago, and we love them. You guys have seen us both wear them on the show the past 2 years. And Matt Moran is so generous and has decided that he has, was it 10?
9. No,
9.
Right?
He's got 9. Yeah, because he got
one of them is heroes. One of them
right.
is heroes. That's why that's why this whole order was made. Because
Yes.
Hero still needs his tall, whatever the size was. But yes, give it up for Matt Moran hooking us up, hooking you guys up, really.
Yes,
So if
you
guys want a shirt, if you want to win a free shirt, we'll ship it to you. Here's what you got to do. You got to make sure you're in the Discord. You got to make sure you like this stream right now. Or if you're listening to this anywhere, whatever you can do, you have to like it. Make sure you're subscribed. You have to do all the things. And then you have to comment your favorite sour candy.
Favorite sour candy. So if you're listening on audio side of things, that means you have to go over to the YouTube side and leave a comment on the stream or on the video. Basically, any of our recent uploads as of October 15th, 2025. Leave a comment. I'll leave that running for a week, and in a week we will select a winner. But you definitely have to be in the Discord. That's like the main thing, is being in the Discord. Because if you
we'll announce the winners in the Discord.
We'll announce the winners we'll announce on the show. But what we're going to be giving you the t-shirt information to you in order to be shipped to you. We need to contact you, and that we're not doing that over YouTube. We're doing that over Discord. So
get
a Discord. The link is in the description.
Joey wants a shirt if Geeb wears and autographs it.
But if they're at Matt Moran's
they're
house,
here. Yeah, they're down the street from me.
I can't do that, unfortunately.
I mean, I could just mail you one. You could mail it back, and then I'll mail.
We could do that. And there's one more caveat too, right, Drip? It's the fact that they have to be, they're only size large and extra large available.
That too, yes. They are size large and extra large. I do believe that's correct, right, Matt?
Yes, Matt will confirm.
Give him a chance to answer, but I'm pretty sure that's what he told me the other day, because that's just what he has. He got a lot. Yeah, okay.
Beggars can't be choosers. Large. Free shirts.
Yeah, free shirts.
So, in particular, if you fit a large or extra large, and you want a shirt, comment. What did they comment again?
Your favorite sour candy. And if you don't have a favorite sour candy, just say you don't like sour candy.
There you go. And then, of course,
I'll start. You guys can start right now if you want to.
That's a good question. U.S. It's a good question. Is it U.S. only?
It's U.S. only. Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Smith.
Sorry, it's U.S. only. We that's for a free T-shirt. That's gonna be
Matt Moran. How much are they shipping? Could I pay you the difference for the international shipping in case Mr. Smith actually wins, or anyone else who's shipping overseas? How much would the shipping be for like? Something like that, because he'll answer that hopefully in a second, and I'll let you know. We'll get back to you with that, Mr. Smith. Hopefully, I can just make up the difference for that, because I'd like to, if you want.
Right, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, just tell me your favorite sour candy. Mine. I'm gonna go first. It's Sour Patch Kids, obviously.
$4? Yeah, I'll Matt Moran. I'll pay it out of my pocket. It's fine. If somebody overseas wins, I'll pay.
Okay, there we go. It's overseas too.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how you do it.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you get in the Discord. Make sure you do all the things. Make sure you're subscribed. Like the stream, like the whatever it is you need to do, and win a free shirt.
There you go. Audio listeners as well. Make sure to go to the YouTube side of things and make a comment on there, because I know there's like places on Spotify you can leave a comment and stuff. I'm not going to be bothered, no offense, to be going around checking all the different audio platform comments specifically for this, mainly because we don't get any comments over there. We get like one every 6 months. So
crickets.
Yeah, it's crickets over there. But yeah, YouTube is popping. So come over to YouTube and leave us a comment. Cool. Big of the week's out of the way. We got the t-shirt giveaways is happening. It'll be announced next week on the show, unless Drip and I can't do that. By the way, chat and those of you listening at home, how did you like last week's format? Drip and I were not able to stream live, so welcome back us. And I really like that format. I think we're going to be using that format a lot more in the future, particularly this December, because Drip and I, the holiday season starts. Yeah, we can't always like guarantee there's going to be a stream happening every week. Yeah. Like last year we did multiple videos
all year.
Yeah, but like holiday season, we don't really
go on vacation and then the holidays. It's those 2 times a year we really do drop the ball. But hey,
for streams, so we get content up. We get
stuff out. We get stuff out. Live streams are harder at that point. We
feel like
family and stuff moving around, doing things, this, that. It's just harder.
I feel like the entire month of December is going to be like videos like we just saw last week. I really like that format. Basically take the show we normally do, split up for two for the mass audience, and then those of you on audio platforms or those of you on memberships will get the full episode as you normally do, so you can enjoy it in its regular format. But I really like that format. It works really well. We get it done in the morning. It actually is more work, theoretically, because and more time to do it, but I like it better. Not that live streaming is worse. I don't mean to say it like that. I know, it's something about it. I really like that format. Rather than trying to stress to figure out a different day to stream, I guess is what I mean. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's easier.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into the stuff,
what the fuck?
I got
I
something to show you. Look at this thing. Look at this controller. I want to get the white one. I think it's gonna be easier to see. Look at this thing. So this is from Ace Gamer. I want to show you.
Okay.
Now, it looks like it's just like a little flat controller, right? Can you see
Sure, yeah.
how it's like flat?
It looks like the cracked controller. The
Yeah,
Neo
okay.
or
It's kind of
something.
like that. But so you see these sticks. These are basically like Switch 1 sticks,
Yeah,
right?
they're
But
like
you see how
embedded.
flat they are?
Yeah.
Now watch this. You ready? Let me make sure you can see.
We're gonna
it.
shoot out
Pop
like
it.
nipples, like pew. Pew pew. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Little pew pews.
Yeah, they pop out. So they're regular sticks. Regular sticks. And then when you want them to put back in, there's like a little thing on the back. You just pull it down and push the stick and let go, and it holds it down in place. So when you're traveling with this thing, you can put it in your pocket. You don't have to worry about the sticks getting all messed up or catching on things and messing things up. It's just a nice flat little travel controller. When you get there, you just pop it
That's
open.
pretty.
You're ready
That's
to go.
pretty cool. Is it actually
Yeah.
good though?
I have not used it on anything yet.
It is,
it
and it's like
feels fine.
Joy-Con sticks though, so it's already kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's small. Yeah, I mean it's not like a pro controller. Obviously, it's
No.
tiny. This is definitely what you would call a travel controller, but I have not used it yet. I'll probably start messing with it tomorrow at some point. I don't know. It's cool. It looks cool. I like the way it looks. Looks cool.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Why there plants behind you? Before we actually get onto the topics again, I was like, what the fuck? What are those plants? What's going on?
Okay, so my Alexa hopped on the.
I'm sorry.
This morning.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just but for audio listeners, like why I'm asking this question is that it looks like Drip is currently doing the podcast from a Safari, so that's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah. So actually, Alexa told me that there's a freeze warning tonight. It's the first one. We're gonna get some freezing stuff happening, and if I leave my plants outside, they will die. I cannot let them get frosted like that. This tree, I've had this for like 4 years. It's now bringing it in today. It's the first time I've really looked at it. It is about 6 to 8 inches taller than me now. It's big. This big one here, it is very tall.
That boy's
and
like
it's sprouted up.
He's about to be a small forward in the NBA. He's about to be drafted into the NBA, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's another small baby one that's popped out of the pot too. So now I have a total of 4 trees in there. And then this is just my bird of paradise. I put it out for the winter or for the summer just to get, some actual sun, bringing it back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're here. I'm trying not to let my plants get frost on them.
Good plant parent. You're good parent in general. I mean, I wouldn't say. I feel like that'd be a backhanded complicated. Backhanded compliment. You're a good plants. Parent.
Yeah, only plants. Treat your kids like shit.
Yeah. Speaking of treating your kids like shit. I don't know. I got no segue.
No, that was it. You were there. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company treating their kids like shit.
Are we starting with Pokemon Company first? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I just thought that's where we were going. That would have been a good segue.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll get to the screen after the Pokemon Company. So sure, because you brought it up, let's talk about the Pokemon Company. That game comes out tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this podcast and what time you live in the world. Drip and I have no plans. Get rid of sound ready for this, Drip. We have no plans on purchasing this game now or ever. That's we gotta get the sound situated.
And if I seem a bit agitated, yes.
And if I seem a bit agitated, you might be right. I actually think I'm on the record. One of those days we don't want to wake up. Yeah, I might be on the record. That's really loud, by the way. I'm on the record saying that I was gonna buy this game. I was actually excited because it's a Legends game. I was curious about it. I think I've said on the show before I was gonna get it. I've kind of changed the tone.
That was a while ago, yeah.
It was. I've kind of changed the tone over the past few months, and then now that we're getting up to the release here, entirely, 180. I don't want this game. And I should pull up the video as well.
Yeah, I never did. Go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, I never wanted it. I was never buying this game. And honestly, with YouTube being down, I have not got to watch what we are about to show our audience right now. I've not got to see the comparison. So I can see it here. Let me just react with everyone else because oh wow.
Yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you are seeing some changes. This actually might glitch out for a second. Sorry about that. But you're seeing some changes, or you're seeing the differences here on the screen here. By the way, shout out to this channel right here. I don't know how to say their name. It's a weird combination of letters and numbers. But shout out to that channel. Yeah, so like I've already seen this. While you're watching the footage, I'll basically say that it looks like they basically turned the contrast up from the Switch 1 version to the Switch 2 version.
Yeah, and it's got a bit, like a further draw distance.
Better draw distance. The performance is obviously better. That's very obvious, although you can't really see that too much in the stream because we're streaming at 24 FPS. Well, we're streaming at 24 FPS, so you're just watching two 24 FPS side by sides.
Yeah, well, okay, now when you slow it down, you
can they're slowing it down. You can see the difference on cue. Yeah, so it's performance aside. We're not talking about performance. We will in a second, but right now, just like it looks like they turned the contrast up on the Switch 2 version, and there's more trees. The draw distance is better. Abby's noticed the colors were different. I don't see different colors. Maybe you do at home.
That's that contrast. It's just it might be saturation level.
That's what I thought too.
I can see. You can see it in the rocks too. The contrast, how those rocks look deeper.
Yes,
you can definitely tell that they've boosted the color, which I don't know if that's something that really does that really matter when it comes to like what taxes a system, like the contrast?
No, I don't think at all. I don't think it matters at all to the performance of the system, but I could be wrong about that.
It is different though. You can tell it is side by side. You can definitely tell like the entire color palette is shifted. Yeah,
it's a bit.
Like, you can totally see it.
Yeah. Now
this is the first time I'm seeing this, so I'm like,
it's all good. Obviously, the performance is different. This theater mode, yeah. The performance is different. It's much better. I think the numbers are as such what you would expect. 720p handheld for Switch 2, and then 1080p 30 FPS for. I'm sorry, my brain just did things wrong. 1080p 30 FPS perfect on cue.
There it is on
cue on the screen. So Switch 1 docked mode is 1080p 30 FPS, and on Switch 2,
is that the target or is that what it's actually running?
I don't know, but it's unconfirmed at this point. I imagine that because of Switch 1, that's a target. But for Switch 2, you're guaranteed it's going to be locked at 4K, 60 FPS on dock mode. And then for handheld mode, Switch 1 is going to be 720p 30 FPS, again, what you would expect. That is basically what Arceus was as well last gen. And Switch 2 is going to be 1080p 60 FPS handheld. And they're here, and actually, I'm gonna full screen this photo. Look at I want you guys to look. No, you don't need. There's no, just look at this photo and look at the differences between all the footage. We're gonna ignore the handheld side because the handheld side is gonna be very difficult to have show up on screen. They're basically taking like photos.
I'm sorry, the handheld Switch 1 is like.
We're going to ignore that because how are they even getting good quality photos of handheld images?
Switch 2's not terrible,
Drip.
Honestly.
We're going to ignore the handheld side because how are they even... I'm going to question how they're even getting handheld pictures. You know what I mean? Like, if you plug it into an HDMI device, you can get pictures. Let's focus on the dock side because that's going to be like the best... Like, we know you just plug an HDMI, take a screenshot. You know what I mean? So, the Switch 1 side and Switch 2 side look basically identical. I mean, like,
yeah, I'm trying to pick out.
There's some resolution differences. There's what is it called, anti-aliasing around the edges of things. You can tell it's a little bit different.
You can tell more in motion than you can see in a screenshot for sure.
But the motion is what hides things. Like especially a good frame rate will hide a lot of hurt. That's why things are better when they're high frame rate because they hide a lot of that hurt. But when you pause the image, you can see what you're actually dealing with in reality. And here you go.
I can see in motion the Switch 1 still had all those jagged edges and like the little like flicker on the edges of things when you move around and stuff. I don't know what that's called. There's a name for it. The Switch 2 version didn't seem to have that though.
Yeah, so like basically resolution and anti-aliasing is the biggest difference I see here.
Okay.
The edges look sharper and the overall image in general looks sharper. But that is
Draw
about
distance, too.
and we talked about the contrast too. That's better. It depends on the scene you're looking at, but draw distance in this screenshot drip, they're identical. Maybe
The draw distance,
maybe
it's
like
not.
a couple trees are a little bit different.
Yeah, there's bushes. If you look on that far wall in the back, there's 2 bushes that are gone that are there for the Switch 2.
2 bushes. Okay, we're not talking about much at all, really.
Yeah, but I mean, you could see earlier whenever they were side by side. If you go back, like as you're running through, you can see Pokemon popping in on Switch 1 that are already way there in Switch 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like,
obviously
I mean,
that's a big thing. That's a big thing for a lot of people. The pop in is
Okay.
it's a big thing.
It's not to me.
They've done something.
You're
They
ruining
don't
my
look much
talking
different,
points.
though. Listen, no, it does not ruin your talking point, because your talking point, if I'm correct, is they look the fucking same.
They look the fucking
They
same,
do look
dude.
the same. They do. Yes, they look exact. I don't care. I mean, saying that this is 4K. That's only 1080p. This is 4K. That's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah. I will say this though. I don't have this ready to show you guys, but you guys know if you purchase the Switch 2 edition of like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, those games don't look much different either. In fact, they're pretty identical, especially when you pause them like this and you don't look at the frame rate.
Yeah.
They're also not very different. And kind of, it's actually the same thing. I have a hard time and this is my conflict, 'cause I have a hard time criticizing this for doing this when Zelda did the exact same thing.
This is a new game, though.
And I was going to say, that's like the only thing that I can hold on to my argument for is that this is a brand new game that was being developed with Switch 2 and Switch 1 in mind. Like, we know this had Switch 2 in mind. Like, there's no way they started development of this game 3 years ago. We know Pokemon Company starts development and finishes development same fucking year. Like,
they've been doing it since. But that's the same thing you can say like a Switch 1 and Switch 2 version. Not like you didn't know it was going to happen. It's not like this game came out and then you were just like, oh, we'll just do it like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
that's different. This is the console is out. I mean, look at the Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of like Hogwarts Legacy. I go back to that because that's what I'm playing, but they're night and day.
Yeah, but I don't want to compare like those. You're right, but I don't want to compare third party to Nintendo. Like, we'll consider this first party because it technically is. I think the Zelda comparison is the fair and better comparison because it's first party, $10 upgrade on both sides.
I mean,
at least they charge $10.
It's the difference is that. I mean, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017.
Yeah, that's. But they could have did more things to the Switch 2 version on that one to make it look better.
They could have. Yes, they could have. But it was also a game that's been out for how long? I mean, it is what it is with that. With this is going to be a Switch 2 game. It is made to be a Switch 2 game. It was announced with Switch 2 right at the forefront. That's the biggest problem I have with it. I mean, no, they did start talking about it with Switch 1. But they also said, like, as soon as Switch 2 was like, yes, there's going to be a Switch 2 version of it. This is not a Switch 2 version. This is an upscaled version of the Switch. There's nothing special about this. Well, when they announced this game, did they not announce it alongside Switch 2? No. Are you sure? We saw trailers for this. Yeah, we saw trailers for this a long time ago. They were like those weird, like, see-through Pikachus running through that weird city and stuff. You're right. We didn't really get anything. You are right. Like, yeah, that was a while ago. I mean, you mean to tell me that wasn't, they weren't working on Switch 2 version at that point as well? I mean, you would think at that point, like, you would think. That was it late 2024 is when they started those trailers? You know what I'm interested to see? I'm interested to see what the difference, and this will be telling about what Nintendo's going to be doing with this type of game. And you got to remember, I mean, yes, this was a Switch 1 game, but there's no way, even when they started, that they weren't already working on the Switch 2 version as well. They had to be. Now, that's what I'm saying. What's going to be telling is when we see the comparison of the Switch 1 and Switch 2 version of Metroid Prime 4. Will those be a lot different, or will it be the same thing? I have a suspicion that the performance is going to be borderline not great on Switch 1. That's like my hot take. Switch 1? Maybe. But I could be wrong. But it's Retroid, dude. It's Retroid. So I don't know. Retro, excuse me. You always call them Retroid. I always call them Retroid. Metroid. and retro. Two
I know.
different things.
I know.
You just match them together.
I like to match them together. Speaking of matching together, Joey Pitt's giving us $2. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Next Pokemon game I buy must be R-rated. I mean, you can buy that right now. It's called Pal World. Next question.
They're very same, but they're also very different.
Yeah, those lawsuits are still going. My sister's like keep me updated on it. There's like a whole thing. Like they're still going at it. And there's a new game coming out for Pal World. Did you hear about that?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
It's basically like the new Pokemon game, Poketopia or whatever. But better.
Gonna start another lawsuit up.
Anyway, I'm still staring at these images.
We're not gonna be talking about this tonight because it's not our thing, really. Can we touch on it really quickly? Because I just very quickly glanced at these leaks, these Pokemon leaks.
Oh yeah, there's leaks.
We don't have to get. I don't want to get into it. Honestly,
we're not going to get to it very far, but I will acknowledge it. Yeah, recently.
Is it true? Is it true? Because I didn't look into this very far because I knew we weren't really talking about it, so I don't really care because I don't really care about Pokemon all that much. Is it true that there's going to be like survival elements? Is that what they're actually saying this next game is going to be?
There was a big Pokemon data leak. Nintendo data leak. I did not look at a lot of it, but I do know what you're talking about because there's like this one screenshot of what's supposed to be Gen 10. It looks like Pokemon Snap with a Pokemon person right in the middle of it. Like it looks really good. But what's your question?
Is it gonna have like survival elements? Like you have to like cook and eat and like do things.
So like what we thought.
It looks like it was on like islands or something.
Like what we thought Breath of the Wild, or what we thought Arceus was gonna be, like the Breath of the Wild style, like survive. I don't know. I really don't have any opinions on that. I did not look into the leaks enough to even think to really form something on it. Maybe next week we'll talk about the leaks more in detail, including we can get some Pokemon as well. In that as well. I'm still staring at these photos. This is the really the biggest. Oops, that's the wrong button. This is the image that like is really what made me want to talk about this tonight, particularly. Resolution is the difference. Nothing else. I mean, like Drip said, there's some draw distance differences. Like there's literally two bushes that are there that are not there, and the other one, like, okay, you got me. Outside of that. I mean, like, you really can't see shit different. It's the same game with a resolution boost.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a thing. It's not even a Switch 2 version. It's just a game that runs better on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's like they made it knowing, oh, well, we're only going to get this out of it, but we can keep all this shit uncapped. So when it does go to the Switch 2, it'll run like this. And we just already know that that's going to do it. We don't have to do any extra work. We just keep it uncapped, and that's this. I mean, dude, I wonder. I mean, I don't know what makes it a Switch 1 and the Switch 2 version, but I wonder if you looked at whatever the code was, if it wasn't just the same exact fucking thing, $10 more.
I think our RGT videos today was talking about the fact that maybe it's just the same exact game for $10 more, and the Switch 2 is just forcing its way. I mean, like
great minds think alike.
Like I don't think they did much to like Breath of the Wild. They did stuff to the game to be able to make it run that good. I think. I don't know. Maybe that's my Zelda homerness coming out, trying to defend what they did. I'll be honest with you guys. I do have an issue with Breath of the Wild. I played a lot of Breath of the Wild on Switch 2. I've been playing a lot of it. And Tears of the Kingdom is a little bit even worse in this regard. Anti-aliasing is not good. The shadows are horrific in these Switch 2 versions. Like if you played the game, you know, like the shadows are glitching in the Switch 2 version. Noticeably. They shouldn't be glitching. They should be perfect. The edges are glistening, like the anti-aliasing is poor. That's not. They should have put more work into those two games. But we're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about this, and I think this is bad. It basically is the same exact game that they're selling you for $60, but for $70, and the Switch 2 is just brute forcing its way there.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can buy this. Actually, can you? Can you buy this Switch 1 game and then upgrade it for $10? You can do that. I think you can do that. I think you can do that. So you can just upgrade it. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm actually a little bit I was more outraged earlier, but now I'm really like sitting down talking about it, thinking about it with you guys. I actually think it's not a big deal as initially was making it out to be. It's just an upgrade Switch 1 game. My anger came from that I thought it was a Switch 2 game, that it wasn't a Switch 2 game. You know, it's just a Switch 1 game, but it's a Switch 1 game. That's what it is.
You still got to think though, man. Like you're charging $10 for this, and it's literally the same shit. It's just uncapped, so it can run 60.
Yeah, is it HDR? I not seen anything about HDR, so I wonder. To my eye, that if there's HDR involved in this, to my eye, I pressed the wrong button again. You can't see
sorry.
the HDR. I mean, there's
I
no
think we've all
difference.
basically given up on HDR with the Switch 2.
I do listen. I think HDR looks better not because of like the lighting per se, which was what I was excited about, but the colors of HDR on the Switch look good. Like my TV, when I run the game on HDR, it looks better than not. That's a fact.
That's fair.
So, it's my opinion, but I mean that's my it's my truth, Drip.
My opinion is a fact. It is a fact that is my opinion.
What I mean is, like, when I'm playing the game on my TV, it objectively looks better when HDR is flipped on than off. But I think the point is with HDR on Switch 2 is that it did not meet expectations for HDR standards. That's like the
I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. Pokemon.
Ryan asked if I want to buy it now. No, I'm not going to buy it now. No, I'm too broke. I just bought a Sixers jersey because I'm all in on Sixers again because I'm a Philly sports fan who is in pain forever that I must. I basically
for those trophies.
I basically chose a JoJo jersey over the
I think you made a good choice.
I'm going to the game next month. I mentioned that to you. I'm going to a Sixers game next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll play up for my birthday up in Milwaukee. We're going to.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Good old November baby over here.
That's right. Scorpio.
Yeah, man, I'm not buying this shit. I haven't bought a Pokemon game since like fucking Pokemon Snap. I like Pokemon Snap. Other than that, I don't care about this crap.
Yeah, it's just not good, man. It's just not good. Like, it's not a good look. I don't know. My feelings have been shifting over the past few hours, to be honest with you, because I started thinking about it more. Like, is it like, yes, it is the same game, but it is a Switch 1 game, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm having internal. If you can't tell,
I mean,
my
problem is
about this.
As similar as it looks. I mean, I know they can charge whatever they want for it, whatever. But it's like, of course they're gonna charge the extra 10. Like, of course they are. Like, I don't even know why I would act like they're not gonna do that. But like, if it clearly looks that similar, just let it be a Switch 1 game, and then it just run uncapped. So it just does that on Switch 2 anyway. Who gives like? It's not a Switch. It's not.
Yeah, I guess what I think the point you're trying to make is that they shouldn't have charged $10 for the upgrade.
I mean, it's whatever. They're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna do it. They've already fucking dropped DLC. You can buy DLC right now, and the game's aren't even out.
Yes, Strip. That brings me to Wood Bean Muffs, my new bestie. If you didn't know.
Oh yeah, you guys are homies now.
We're best friends now. I'm
that
that guy.
About to leave this podcast, and
we have his pet name for me.
You're gonna be on the Nintendo podcast.
Yeah. I'm replacing Bob officially and forever.
Dang.
His pet name for me is.
I'll get
his
Bob
pet name for me is that guy. Drip. I'm that
guy.
I'm that guy. This guy. That's me. As him and I, we got that relationship. He lives like next to my parents' house. Like, come on, man. Happy Christmas. I'll come hang out.
It's fine. Bob and I'll start a podcast over here.
He's got his own. He's already got his podcast with his brother.
I know.
Anyway,
shit out of luck. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to do a podcast anyway. It's fine. Fine. No, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
what are you saying?
I saw this and made me raise an eyebrow because Wood posted on Twitter a few hours ago that he grabbed Pokemon ZA from the Australian eShop because he's a good old Australian boy. And good Lord, $150 for the game and DLC. And I think it's Australian dollars. I'm a little confused exactly how this works. So it says 109.
Yeah, but then there's the DLC for 45 right there.
45. That is $155, my guy. 155 Australian dollar dues. So whatever that equivals. I made a new word. Whatever that equivals.
It's a good one.
I like it. To
I don't hate it.
To USD. In true Australian spirit, I made my own word up. Yeah, so that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of, and that's the other thing. Now, before I even say, Geeb, Breath of the Wild costs $90 on Switch 2 if you want to get the upgrade on Switch 2 and the DLC. They should be right. But guess what? One thing.
What? Tell me.
Guess what?
What?
Not only did that game win Game of the Year when it came out,
Did?
it's also one of the best video games of all time. And we're not talking about the fact that Pokemon fans are still holding on to their Game Boy days. Pokemon's the best franchise of all time.
Yeah, it's not.
It was 30 years ago, maybe.
And it's still the same.
And it No. What I'm saying is 30 years ago, it was one of the best franchises of all time.
Yes,
video
and
games.
it's changed about this much.
But the rest of the world has changed. So that means that it's gone down in the rankings.
Exactly.
It's not the best game
that's my
anymore.
point. Correct.
Yeah, you're making it sound like it wasn't like that, but I understand now. So, yeah. It's not a great game. I think it got a 7 from Nintendo Life. You know, the Nintendo homers who just only say good things about Nintendo because they're basically paid to. No offense, guys. No offense. Love the content. Call me. But come on, guys. Come on. They're basically on Johnny level of having to suck the teat of Nintendo for good.
No one's on Johnny's level. Don't put them there. Don't do that.
You're right. I shouldn't say that about Nintendo Life. It's too offensive. Yeah, it's too much money. It's too much money. It's not a good enough game. It's too much money. And they didn't do enough to it.
Nintendo is that should be their new slogan. Nintendo, it's too much money.
It's not good enough.
Nintendo Switch in a store near you. It's too much money. All of it. Everything.
Less money than the PS5 and an Xbox, good for good's sakes. Jesus.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I guess my issue with this drip is that it's the same issue I have with every Pokemon right now. Every Pokemon game comes out. They don't put the effort in. You can see that.
No.
I mean, tell me right now. Tell me right. We're looking at the image again one more time. Tell me right now you see different. Where is the effort for Switch 2 here?
You would think at this point.
Now,
we'd be
performance
getting something different.
aside.
I mean, I'll give them that. That was a huge issue. That was a huge issue for them. Performance in general.
It was.
Huge.
Right.
So we got to give them that. They fixed the performance issues. Now it's time to make it look like
They didn't fix shit, Drip. I mean, I want to see it on Switch 1. Before we say they fix performance issues, we're not looking at Switch 2 to say that. Because the Switch 2's hardware is fixing those performance issues. Let's look at the Switch 1 version, and let's wait to see if there's glitches, if there's lighting glitches, if there are general glitches. I remember all the things that were wrong with Scarlet and Violet. Early stages here, it looks to be that it is better than Scarlet and Violet. And we're talking about the Switch 1 version, okay? It looks to be better for now. But that's TBD. We'll find out in the coming week. You would agree, though, right? You would agree with that? That, the Switch 2 is pulling the weight for the performance, and we have to see with the Switch 1 version how that looks?
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with you.
Before we start saying they fixed stuff?
Looking at all this. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. I mean, either way.
I mean, look at that pan. Look at that pan they just did.
It's just dark. It's just more
contrasty. It's basically nothing.
I mean, there are some shadows in the windows on the one side that are a little bit more.
Look at the windows, man.
On that side they look
Microsoft Paint on the wall.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Really
it's not even that good. People said that it didn't even meet expectation of Arceus. It's early right now. The reviews are coming in. But basically the first 2 days is telling us it's not even a good game. It's fine. It's fine. But is it 150 Australian dollars fine?
No.
Is it 135 American dollars? Or not 135. What is it? 110
it's the same
American
exact
dollars?
thing we go back to every single time we talk about a new Pokemon game. We go back to the same exact thing. And I'll say it to wrap this part of the podcast up. I'll say it one more time because we say it every fucking time we talk about Pokemon. This is the biggest franchise in the world. In the world, by a long shot. They have more money than anybody to be dumping into these games that make them millions and millions and millions of dollars. and we still get middle of the road or subpar every time.
Yeah.
And everyone just continues to buy it, continues to just I mean, I don't know. What does anyone expect of this stuff, honestly? They make the money, they make the sales, then they make more money, then they make the sales again. They don't have to do anything. They're doing what they do. It sucks because they are like I said, they are the ones who could make something absolutely fantastic with unlimited resources, basically, if they wanted to, but they don't.
Can I tell you the real reason I didn't buy this game? All what I just said is not the real reason.
Because you've already played it like 10 times?
No.
Oh, okay.
What made Legends Arceus a really good game, they have seemed to strip from this one. The big world. Number one being the big ancient, like the ancient style.
Different. It felt different.
Those are two things.
I was interested in that game because it did feel different. You're right. And it was that world. Whether it was open world, open air, whatever it was, that was cool. It was cool to go into those areas and like be able to do whatever you want. And it was a different experience than we were used to. Yeah, I agree.
I think that the person who wrote the article for Nintendo Life said that the first 5 hours of their game, when you see the first 5 hours of the game, you've seen the entire map.
That sucks. Because that was like the thing.
In Arceus, yeah, it was like there wasn't open world, but it was open zone, and they were large zones.
Yeah, it was big. I mean, it was enough. It didn't, just because it's open world doesn't mean it's like good. Let's just be clear about that.
They were
open world doesn't mean awesome.
You're right.
Like, open zone and the way that they did that was very cool. I liked it. I didn't go into the game, but I did. I played a lot longer in that Pokemon game than I've played in mostly every other one. So, I don't know. It's Pokemon Company. What do you expect?
Yeah, but that's the biggest reason is the world changed drastically in terms of like literally a change. Like it's a totally different concept. This is like a small town that there's lots of layers to instead of a long, big open world. That's the first thing. The second thing, the battling. I really liked the way they changed the battle system for Arceus. It was similar to the regular traditional Pokemon battling, but there was like a couple little additions here and there, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it. It was snappy. It was good. Now, I'm not saying this battle system isn't good. I haven't even tried it yet. But it's not the same. It's not. They didn't take what was the Legends formula that they built last time and build up from it. What they did was erase some things, not everything, but some things, and just redid them. If they just were to take the formula that they had designed in Arceus and built on top of that, imagine if they would have taken the effort, the time all that time and effort they already put into that game, just build on top of that. You know, for an analogy, build the structure higher and stronger, not remove some bricks and replace it.
I don't know a whole lot about what's happening, but I will say this, kind of against what you're saying. I think the one thing about this game that I was actually interested in was the battle mechanics, fighting. I thought it actually looked very interesting. That would be the only part of this I really give a shit about, honestly. But I'm not paying $70 to try it.
Agreed, Drip. Well, would you pay $449 for a bigger screen that's worse? Would you do that?
I've already done it, sir.
Oh! Guys, we got to talk about the Switch 2 screen. This is mostly a me thing.
It is a you thing, 100%. I mean, I know other people are having some issues, but go ahead.
I'm going to go over...
I just want to be clear. This is not my issue.
Well, Dripper's already said he's somebody who doesn't see frame rate, where I don't understand how that even...
Sometimes. I don't understand. Sometimes I see
those people, I don't understand how that... It's kind of like the people who are like, I taste soap. I don't understand how you taste soap. I do not. So, sorry. Anyway, And cilantro. Talking about anyway.
I love cilantro, man.
I love me too. See, that's the thing. We love cilantro, but why can't we love frame rate together?
I don't know. We're just listen. We're two different people.
We are. That's what makes this podcast good in the world order. Let's get to my point. My point on the Switch 2 screen is very quick. So I explained it to Drip already. Let me just kind of re-explain to you guys here at home. I was playing my Switch 2, Fortnite, but playing a lot of Fortnite, and I've been playing it since the Switch 2 came out. I've been playing lots of Fortnite on the Switch 2 screen. It's really not that big of a deal. I have not noticed anything up until this point. I've seen articles. I saw Digital Foundry kind of do it. We talked about it even on the show. The Switch 2 screen is kind of inferior. We talked about this already. But this is the first time I actually noticed it in my real life. While playing the Switch 2 screen, I was in Fortnite. I wasn't looking for it. It was nothing like that. Just naturally, I was playing the game, and I had to do like a really quick spin, like a 360 spin. So I was just kind of held my stick to one side and watched the camera go around. And as the camera was going around in that moment, I saw very clearly 3 ghost images trailing my character. And like it caught me off guard. I'm like, is there an effect? I was in a creator world. I'm like, is this an effect in the creator island? No. I was watching, like, Abby's playing the same mode we were, and her screen was fine. I rolled that out. And I tried it again, and it happened again a second time. Now it had to kind of happen in the same parameters. It's not like constantly while I'm playing Fortnite, I constantly see 3 ghost images trailing. It's not like that. So take that for what it's worth. You might be saying, gee, why you even talk about this then? It doesn't even matter. One particular moment in Fortnite. Well, I say this because this is already kind of a documented issue with the Switch 2 screen. Okay, in particular Digital Foundry. Shout out to them. Do I even need to share their video? They're so much bigger than us, but if I need to, I'll put that in the description of this podcast. But I'm just gonna put some B-roll up of them talking about. Actually, I'm not gonna do that because I need to read stuff for you. So I'm gonna go read some.
If you need to take a nap, go check that video out. I'm not talking shit. I love their stuff, but I fall asleep listening to it. I just doze off. It's hard not to.
So I'm gonna read a couple of things that I wrote down, some notes from this video from Digital Foundry. There was an outlet that did like specs on the screen, and this is old news, guys. This came out months ago, but I'm just going to remind you guys that the Switch 2 screen's response time is 17 milliseconds. They said in the same video, I was having a hard time understanding what this exactly meant, but they said 60 milliseconds is what you need for 60 FPS. So it's not that much slower than like what you would require for 60 FPS. And I don't have like regular TV's milliseconds is on it. I think it's low though. I think it's pretty damn low. And I'll tell you why. Because for 17 milliseconds, that means that for 10% of the time when you're watching the screen, 10% of the gameplay is completely clear. That means that 90% of the screen has ghosting on it. Out of 1 second, 0.9 seconds there is a ghost image, and only 0.1% of the time, or 1.1 milliseconds for that 1 second, has no ghosting. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's like the best way to explain it. So if you play for an hour, what's the math there? You play for an hour, every 90% of the time of that hour, you're watching ghost images trailing on the Switch 2 screen. I happened to catch it in the right moment at the right time, so I actually caught it in real time. But even Bob Wolf, when he put up his video about 120 FPS on his screen, that was a few months ago as well, he thought that like, oh, the Switch 2 has like some tech built in to like the ghost, because he was doing frame by frame analysis with 120 frame rate, 120 frames per second camera. You could see the clear as day 3 ghost images in every frame. In his 120, like, so that's not good. That's not good at all. He's like, that actually makes it worse. It makes 120 FPS way less important on the screen.
Yeah,
even hurts 60 FPS.
Yeah.
So
then you have a screen that can keep up with what they. I mean, it's a weird problem to have, Nintendo.
But it gets worse, Drip. It gets worse. Okay. I forget. I didn't write the name down, but another outlet, not Digital Foundry, but they're talking about this in their video. You can go check it out if you need to. Another outlet and they said these things are very hard to calculate, but another outlet found that it was 30 milliseconds. So 17 milliseconds was 90% of the time there's ghosting. 30 milliseconds is twice as bad. So like way twice of 90%, whatever that math would be. I ain't trying to figure that out.
I mean, yeah, it's not good. I don't
then
see
drip
it.
and drip somebody you know, Taki Udon. The person who made that Switch Lite OLED
the
screen
OLED panel. Yeah.
He also measured the screen for Switch 2, and he found it was 50 milliseconds. Again, your reference point is that 17 milliseconds is 90% of the time your Switch 2 screen is ghosting.
This stuff. I don't even want to know. Like, this is the stuff I want kept away from me so I don't start hyper focusing on that shit.
Can I like ask Google or like Gemini AI, whatever? Let me ask Gemini AI right now, live on the podcast here, because I bet you it'll tell me, and it'll be caught on my microphone here. So let's go ahead and ask Gemini. What is a typical? Oh shit! What is it called? We're talking about what is this called? Milliseconds. What is a typical millisecond count on a display in 2025? Processing.
Display response times in 2025 typically range from 1 millisecond to 5 milliseconds, gray to gray, GTG, for general use in gaming monitors, with high-end OLED panels achieving as low as 0.03 milliseconds GTG.
Okay, so let's assume that's like high, it costs money for that. Like we're talking about the best OLED screens you can buy or like expensive TVs.
Yeah, okay.
And then let's cut that in half. To say that then the rest of the market for affordable things is like half of that, half as good as that. So half as good as what they just said. I closed it out, but I think it said one. It said it could be less than one, but we'll say 1 to 5 milliseconds. So 2 to 10 milliseconds would be half what they just said. Well, so we'll roll with that. We'll just say 10 milliseconds, Drip, and that's a lot less than 17 milliseconds. That's a lot less.
7 milliseconds less, actually.
That's 7 milliseconds less. That's almost half is what the standard should be for an affordable display. We paid $450 for this.
Don't worry, man. They'll fix it.
How?
We'll have to pay $550 for the fixed one.
Yeah,
later,
right.
In a couple years.
Now, Digital Foundry did talk about this when they mentioned this in their video months ago. They had said that there's a potential that there could be a hardware a firmware update.
Yeah,
that could potentially solve some of this. Potentially, they're not sure.
Now, yeah, because that's the kind of the question here, and this may be a dumb question because I don't know a lot about this really deep stuff far as monitors and things like that. But like, is it the screen itself? Like the actual physical screen that can only do the 17 milliseconds or the 50 is it the screen's fault or is it what's pushing it? Is the screen capable of doing something that fast without like ghosting like that? Or is it what's being presented on the screen the problem? That's what I don't understand.
If we had a Sergio or a Baldly Rudy on the show, I'm sure they could tell us, or a
Probably,
Jeff even.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff in the chat could be our guy to tell us.
We should have had somebody smart on for this episode.
Yeah, we probably should have. I didn't really want to get into it because I don't know it either. I just want to bring it up.
No, that kind of made me think about it when you said they could push a firmware update or something that could fix it. That makes me think it's not the actual panel itself. It's what's being presented on the panel.
Well, no,
and the way it's being presented.
No. The firmware update would be a Band-Aid, if you will. The issue is the panel. But you can get more out of the panel if you kind of like overclock it. I think
and do it. Yeah.
Like if you understand the term overclocking, I think that might be the same kind of, conversation here. It's kind of like overclocking the display to get a little bit more out of it. But the issue is the panel. It is a cheap panel. I think they actually said that it could be the same panel as the PS Portal.
I believe that.
Potentially. I could be wrong about that too, but yeah, I just want to bring this up. I want to know if anyone. I can't talk tonight. I want to know if anybody in the chat, listening at home, has seen this in person. Now we all have heard of the stories. We talked about this on our show months ago, but has anyone actually experienced, without looking for it, just seen the ghosting happen? And I can tell you this I can tell you immediately, Drip. I ignored it. I saw it and I put it in the back of my mind. It's as if it happened yesterday when the Switch 2 came out and I finished editing your video for the unboxing. And that's after I finished it is when I actually got to touch mine and like play with it. I made to make sure I got the work done first before I started playing.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. And I was done. It was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. It was late. It was a late night. And I got the Switch 2 out. I turned it on. The first thing I noticed was how good it sounded, right? I was like, wow, the speakers are so much better. But then after we got into when I got in the menu, the home screen, and I saw the icon moving left to right, in the back, I put this in my back pocket, but I do remember this. I was like, something looks off. Maybe I'm just tired because it's 3:30 in the morning. I wrote it off as I was tired, and it was early in the morning. But I don't think that was the case, Trip. I think, and I can see it now. Now that I saw that in Fortnite, I can't unsee it. It's the kind of thing where, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Well, I hope I don't see it because I'm the type that's gonna like hyper fixate on that and be like, gosh, why? I'll just start playing Docked all the time, and that'll really piss me off.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
When I play Dock Mode, I don't know about you, but I see a difference. Not just resolution and stuff like that, but Dock Mode it's different. When I'm scrolling the home menu on the Switch 2 screen, and then I toss it to my TV, I notice a difference. I'm like, wow, that like you can just see a difference in the smoothness of it. Now that's nitpicking.
Yeah,
it doesn't ruin. I don't think it ruins the experience. But it's the principle of it that we paid for this. This is supposed to be an upgraded display. And I get it. It's not OLED. That's not even what I'm asking for. I was fine with LCD. But they fucked up the HDR. And they just cheaped out on the display. They cheaped out on it. They got the worst panel you can get with 17 milliseconds at best. Which means 90% of the screen has ghosting on it while you're playing it.
Hey, but imagine what that refresh is going to be, brother. We'll be living the high life by then. 2028, here we come.
Yeah. And by the way, hey, Tony in the chat is trying to troll us right now. How the fuck is Pokemon ZA trash? I'll tell you, we just talked about it.
It's going to sell 1 million.
Yeah.
1 million copies worldwide. How does that make it a good game? Just because drones buy it.
Is this Johnny? This is Johnny. It sold so much. Yeah. It can't be bad. The people spoke.
Yeah, I mean the Pokemon fans are there. That's true. There's a ton of fans. That doesn't mean the game is subpar and should be way better considering the amount of money that people have making it have at their disposal to make it that good.
Yeah.
And how many fans there are of this entire series and how much it would mean to them if the game was actually good. Yeah, let's just throw that all out the window. None of that matters. It sells well. So obviously it's fucking game of the year. Clearly.
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to really go that deep onto it, I promise, but I'm kind of talking about politics a little bit. You know, certain people say like, don't criticize this politician because, he's doing great things. I like what they're doing. What's wrong with that? If it helps me, what's so bad about that? Same thing. If it's selling a lot, what's so bad about that? You deserve better. That's the answer to both the questions, is you deserve better. And that's RGT's words as well. I mean, I agree. He said it, and I agree. With it. Like, Pokemon fans deserve, whether you want it or not, whether you're stupid and want to keep getting
fucked.
Sword and
Shield was a huge disappointment, and it's been nothing but disappointment since then.
Whether you're talking about
Arceus, except for Arceus, that was the one exception where it was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Scarlet and Violet come out, and it's good. Back in the fucking toilet, back in the shitter. And here
whether you accept it and want it or not,
what actually happens when this is out, like when the masses are playing this game. I'm interested to see if it doesn't have another complete meltdown like the last one did.
I'll be honest, Rip. If there's no glitches and it's a stable frame rate, stable 30 with no glitches, what we saw from the footage of Pokemon was acceptable. Like if it's stable frame rate, I don't mind the draw distance. It's fine, and the resolution is fine. 1080, 720p, and handheld. That's fine. as long as it's not glitching out. I'm not saying I'm not saying that that's like, oh, how great, good job. I'm not like patting them on the back, but I'm saying at least it's like an acceptable game, where Scarlet Violet was not acceptable. It was unacceptable in the condition that it released in, and it continues to be in this day. At least this will be an acceptable condition. You know what I mean?
Garbage. Yep.
It is still garbage. And a really good, we're going back and forth here, Drip, but going back to the Switch 2 screen topic, Joey puts this in a perfect way. A perfect way. Like when you find out how a hot dog is made, or what the ingredients are in a hot dog. So like, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like when you're talking about the Switch 2 screen, like I don't want to know those stats. I don't want to see it in real life, because then it would make it real. Kind of like how I don't want to think about what's in my hot dog and how they have to make it. Well, I don't want to have to think about it.
That applies to everything we're talking about tonight. That also applies to Pokemon. Once you know, it's going to be shit. You got to make a decision at that point. Are you fine with it? You're still going to eat it? Or are you going to stop?
Right. Yes, you're right. Because I made that decision for myself now. The game's coming out. I can buy the game in about 2 hours. I made the decision. I'm not buying it. I don't accept it this time. Yeah, I gave Scarlet and Violet a ton of credit.
I've been in that camp for quite some time, but
I was that guy when Scarlet and Violet came out that I actually fell in love with it and made a video about how much I love it. Although I was hard on the fact that there was a lot of glitches. But I didn't want that
I will also say, I want to go back to the chat here. Joey says he still likes hot dogs. I also still like hot dogs.
Agree. Like beef jerky. I'll fuck. It's don't even. Or not beef jerky. I mean Slim Jim is what I meant to say. Like don't even look into Slim Jims. They don't want to. You don't want to know what's in that.
Don't ruin that for me.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're going back and forth here at the end, but it's fine. Yeah, man, Drip. I just wish that the screen was better. Because we paid for that. We paid for it, and they didn't deliver on a good screen. That's what makes me upset. And with Pokemon, I'm just going to assume, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that they did fix the glitches.
We'll see.
And if they did fix the glitches, that's a really low bar. That's an extremely low bar we have.
They're finally back to acceptable. Like that, wow, amazing. How incredible, Pokemon. You're back to an acceptable fucking release. Wow.
And like, remember how the trees were a big issue in Sword and Shield? The trees are better in this one. We can give it, let's give it its flowers, Drip. The trees are better. They finally gave us good shrubbery. We all were looking for better shrubbery, Drip, and now we got it.
What more could you want as a Pokemon fan?
Come on, guys. It's going to sell 1 billion copies. The trees, they're actually like competent now. They actually look like trees. And like, you don't fall through the floor anymore. And like the entire game doesn't glitch out. Which, by the way, this is probably why the world map is so small, Drip. It's probably so small because they figured out if it's smaller, it doesn't affect the system as hard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened, Drip. Wouldn't
be surprised.
They were like, man, how can we make the same exact game for the second time, but not have the glitches? Let's just make it really small.
Cities,
Lumos City.
Yeah, everything's
that's how Lumos City was born.
Window.
Oh, but shit, it's lagging a little bit. You think we should optimize this? Nah, man. PNGs, baby. PNG.
Put a PNG
copy paste for 100 million times.
Hey, we got games to look forward to. The rest of the year is going to be great.
Dude, I'm so fucking pumped. In 2.5 weeks, we're playing Zelda.
I know. I'm pumped.
A canon Zelda game.
Yeah. And we got Metroid Prime 4 coming.
In 2 months.
We're still eating good.
We
can sit here and talk shit on Pokemon. I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it. Fuck Pokemon. Sorry. Don't care.
He says with the plants in his background. Really hits hard.
Yeah. Real trees. Sorry. Sorry, Pokemon Company, Game Freak. That's what a tree looks like.
The tree on your left, which is, show me the tree on your left. Make sure I'm talking about the same thing.
Wait.
Left? Your left, your real life left. Yeah, it's mirrored because you're backwards right now. Yeah, that tree is what the trees look like in this game, but they're trying to pass it off as like oak trees. They look like that. Like, no, man, it's an oak tree. I swear.
That's a palm tree. I've had this guy for almost 5 years.
Beautiful. And it's a palm tree.
It is. I kept it alive in West Virginia. Taller than me now. I'm proud of it. It was like this, man. It was little guy.
Yeah. All right, I think we've done enough on this one. Guys, we
have.
appreciate you listening to this. If you enjoyed it, you probably didn't. Most people probably hated what we talked about tonight because either you didn't care about Pokemon.
Thumbs down because I said fuck
care about
Pokemon like 3 times. So
yeah, I said in the stream's title, this Pokemon is trash. Everyone's gonna hate me for that, and I don't care. You know, and hey, you clickbaity. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Gotcha.
I got you. What was his name? Tony. Tony came in. I got him.
You rage baited him, dude.
Yo, he came. I went. Woo, 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 woo. I reeled him in. He wasn't coming in without that little Pokemon ZA stress, but I got him.
Happy to have. Wait, Tony, we're still happy to have you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Listen, I make fun of Drip looks like a. I say this all the time. He looks too cool for school. I make fun of him with people I like. Drip looks like that kid in the back who's like got the lip piercing, the dark color shirt, the what do you call that? Eyeliner under his eye, black. You know, he's got the hoodie up over his head.
Eye makeup in at least 10
his hoodie
years,
smells like it hasn't been washed in 3 days and also smells like weed. That's the vibe. Drip. I had a friend like Drip in high school. That's probably why I like Drip. Because I had a friend just like that.
I'm just that guy.
Long hair. He was in a band. You know.
Yeah.
Too cool. You know. Yeah.
Too fucking cool.
Hey Tony, maybe I make fun of you, but you know you can stay. It's okay. We can have you. We'll have you. And if you guys want to like the stream before we appreciate that. But we're going to end this for the audio listeners, so don't go anywhere if you're in the stream. We'll do a quick little after show. But those of you listening to this podcast or on YouTube, you're still here. We appreciate you. And we're going to catch you guys next week.
Later.